Good evening, Tottenham fans. It's finished. Tottenham Hotspur 2, Manchester United 2. When that game finished, it felt like we lost because I thought we snatched it at the end. I really did. Poor defending for the equaliser for Manchester United, but I'll get into that in a bit. But honestly, I really thought we snatched a win, our first home win in a while since the first day of the season. And it was absolutely gutting. It took me a couple of hours to reflect. I didn't want to do an emotional response because there was a lot to talk about today, because there was a few bad things that I saw, a few frustrating things, but also there was a few really good things to point out too, especially substitutions. And I'll get onto that in a bit as well. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. I'm on the road to 4,000 subscribers. Thank you to everybody that's contributed to this channel so far. Really much appreciated. Hit that like button. Get this channel shown more to more people. Now, let's talk about the game a little bit. Let's talk about the first half. The first half, Man United were the better side. Man United were very, very comfortable, I'd say, and it didn't look like we could penetrate them at all. We didn't have a shot on target. Man United obviously got their goal through Mbeumo. So it all started because Sarr done a stupid pass back to Van der Ven instead of clearing it. Van der Ven didn't want it that close. Van der Ven couldn't clear it. It was too close to his body. And we end up getting it away anyway, and Jed Spence headers it away. But when Jed Spence headed it away, I can't remember who crossed it for Man United now, but he didn't close him down at all. He let him cross the ball in. And then when he crossed it in, Porro was there in no man's land, and Mbeumo just sneaked in behind him, dunk, little header into the goal. And it was what Man United deserved in that first half. They were much the better side. They were dominating the game, to be honest, and Spurs were just lackadaisical. They were playing too many balls backwards. They were not progressing the ball as well as they should be. Xavi Simons, the amount of times in the first half he got the ball, turned away from his man, started marauding forward, surging forward with the ball, looks up, no one's there. Richarlison at one stage was running in the same line as him, so he couldn't pass it to him. Mawani was moving behind defenders, so he couldn't pass it to him. Johnson just ran all the way over to the byline, so that was a hard pass to do as well. He ended up having no one to pass to, and then ended up losing the ball when he got surrounded by players. This happened time and time again with Xavi. I thought he was playing very, very well today. I thought on and off the ball, he was excellent. I thought he was winning the ball back for us. He was surging forward with the ball. He was pretty skillful. There was a part where he, on the turn, flicked it into his path and played it over to Johnson, who wasn't on the same page as him, and the ball ended up going off the pitch. Now, people will say that was a bad pass from Xavi. I think that was bad instinctive nature from Brennan. He should have been thinking that Xavi could do that pass, but he didn't. So, you know, I thought Xavi got a lot of stick on Twitter after the game, and I don't think he deserved it. I think he was okay. I think he was the only one trying to create. The other two midfielders, Paulinho and Sarr, were doing no creation whatsoever. There was a point when Sarr had the ball in the first half. He had all the players ahead of him, and he played it backwards to the defender. And I just didn't know what to do. I didn't know why he did that. The crowd booed because of that, because we needed to start playing forwards. It was a very, very frustrating first half. Richarlison, Mawani and Johnson's movement, it was very, very poor in that first half. Gave us no options. See, we were thinking it was because of Paulinho and Bentancur, no progression in the midfield. It was nothing to do with that. I think it was more to do with the movement of the players ahead of them. Like Sarr at times wanted to play it forward but didn't know who to play it to. Nobody really wants it to feet. Richarlison's movement is... There's a ball to Richarlison. I can't remember who crossed it. It may have been Porro, but he crossed it to Richarlison. This could have been the second half, but I'll just give you an example of what he did. He crossed it to Richarlison, and it was in the air for a while. I'd say 2 or 3 seconds in the air. So you can see the flight of the ball. He didn't adjust his body. He didn't move towards the ball. He just let it go over his head. Unless it goes pinpoint to his head, he won't challenge for it. There was no reason not for him not to win that header or get a header onto that. It was a very strange movement for me. So the front three, equally as bad as each other. It wasn't just Richarlison. Johnson and Mawani were very poor today. Xavi was the only one trying to make things happen. Sarr and Paulinho were doing well, winning the ball back, but not very good progressive-wise. We haven't got, in that first half, we didn't have any technical players to do, apart from Xavi, to do anything technical. And it was easy to defend for Man United. They defended well, by the way. They were a solid unit. And they played well as a team, and they've got some really good forwards. Cunha and Bremo were causing us problems, but then in the second half, Odobert came on, 45th minute, so basically 46th minute, and came on for Mawani, and he changed the game. Odobert changed the game. Now, I said in previous videos, you can go back and look, and I stick to what I say, and he is getting better game on game on game. And again, this was his best performance in a Spurs shirt. Every time he plays, it's a better performance. And he came on, he only played one half. He created 3 chances in that one half. And 2 of them were big chances. And he got an assist, which really should have been a goal, but Richarlison got in the way of it and flicked it with his head. Otherwise, Odobert would have scored that goal anyway. Odobert he's completed all of his take-ons. He won all of his duels, 100% of his duels. I think he had 100% pass rate as well. He was literally running that left-hand side. And when Udogie came on with him as well, him and Udogie transformed that left-hand side. I think the commentator said it in the game. Odobert changed the game. He was taking on his man, he was putting crosses in, he was causing them massive problems. And when Udogie was on as well, them two were dominating that left-hand side. We massively missed Kudos on the other side, because if we had Udogie and Odobert playing like that on that side, and Kudos on the other side, Xavi would have so much more to aim at. The problem was, Xavi got taken off again. So he didn't have chance to link up with all those players again. But the goal came, the equaliser came, and a lot of pressing. But before the equaliser came, Romero nearly scored with a little back flick from a through ball. Then Paulinho nearly scored as well. Great save from the goalkeeper. So we were much the better side in the second half. We had so many chances to get a goal. And then the equaliser came. And it was great work down the left-hand side again. Udogie got the assist, but it was good work from Odobert in the first place. And Tell's touch in the box to get round De Ligt, I think it was, and that one touch spinned De Ligt into no man's land and then boomed it top corner. It was absolute brilliant finish, lethal finish. The finishes we used to see him doing for Bayern, he's doing for us now. That's 2 goals he's scored now, and he's hardly played, this guy, and he looked very, very sharp. He'd done a lot more in that, I don't know, in that 10 minutes, 15 minute spell than Mawani did in the whole of the game. So very, very good from Tell, very, very good. And then we got what I thought was a winner. Odobert again cutting inside, went to bend it into the top corner, but Richarlison flicked it and it went in, and then I thought that was a winner. We were celebrating like we won the game, and then a couple of minutes later, we give away a corner. There's 1 minute left. But Bruno puts it in, and then back post header from De Ligt. And I don't know what the hell Vicario was doing there. He's sort of falling backwards at the same time trying to save the ball. He had no reason to be falling backwards. I don't know why he was doing that. I'm not going to get on his case too much, because he's the reason why we kept loads of clean sheets lately. But in that specific moment, he should have done a lot better. He really should have. If he saved that, he could have just stood there and caught it. That's how easy it would have been if he was in the right position. But he didn't, and we ended up being 2-2. And on reflection, after I calmed down from being annoyed about not winning, on reflection, we went into third. We drew with Man United. We didn't lose. We played a much better second half. And you have to take into account as well the players that we had missing in that first half. It's unreal. Odobert, Udogie, Kudus, Madison, Kulu, Solanke, Bentancur. There's so many players missing, and we still put up a good performance in that second half. We really did. And Frank is starting to show his credentials now, because I'm seeing huge improvement in Odobert. I'm seeing small increments of improvement in Tell, especially his movement. If you watched his movement again today and against Leeds, his movement is getting much, much better up front now. So I'm seeing improvements in our forward line. Xavi's getting better game on game. I don't care what anybody says. I think he did all right today. He did what he could with what he had. There was a time when Xavi was shouting at other midfielders saying, I'm here, why are you not playing it here? And he's like, you're supposed to play it here, why are you not passing it here? And I'm open, what are you doing? And, you know, it's just whoever's surrounding him at the moment hasn't got the technical ability to keep finding him, because he's always in space. And when he gets into that space, he knows what to do with it. But when he's looking up, there's no one there. So very, very frustrating. Romero went off with an injury, I think, but I don't think it's that serious. He was walking about afterwards, so hopefully he's going to be okay for the London derby. He better be. We're going to have a lot of players coming back as well after the international break. All in all, I'm gutted we didn't get that win. I do believe that there were some positives to take. There were some negatives. I'll tell you another negative that I don't normally talk about, and that's Pedro Porro. I think he was awful defending today, and I also think he was... his distribution was absolutely terrible as well. It was poor. You know, this crossing was rubbish. His long balls didn't hit anybody. Even his short balls were bad sometimes as well. And he just had one of those days. And it's not like him. He's normally technically really good. If he was on his game today, we might have even won this game. But because he was so awful, we didn't have that technical ability to open up Manchester United too much. So, yeah, so that was disappointing. Jed Spence on the left-hand side, he needs to be playing on the right. He got moved to the right when Porro came off, and he played a lot better. Him at left-back, we need to buy another left-back to cover Udogie when Udogie's not there. We need a natural-sided left-back like Anthony Robinson or something like that. The midfield still needs someone to dictate, to, you know, link up defence to attack. We need somebody like a Modric, but they're very few and far between in this world at the moment. We need somebody that's really good on the ball and can start setting up Xavi, so Xavi can do what Xavi does, and put him into space all the time. We have got a lot of players missing. We've got a lot of players to come back as well. We've got, you know, there's a lot against us. We're playing twice a week. And Man United had a full week's rest and full week to prepare for this as well. They've only got one injury. So, you know, we did right. We did okay today. I think we did well. I think 2-2 is a fair result. I do. I don't think Man United deserve to lose, and I don't think we deserve to lose. I think 2-2 is a fair result. Gutted that we didn't get the win, though. Absolutely gutted, because I thought we had it. I thought it was in our hands, and we threw it away, you know. But at least we didn't lose before an international break for the second time in a row, which makes it okay. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the game. What do you think? Who do you think was our best player on the pitch today? Thank you for watching, and come on, you Spurs.